Hi guys, and welcome back to Leslie Through the Looking Glass. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Leslie. I'm so happy to have you. For my returning viewers, as always, thank you so much for coming back to support my channel. It really means the world to me. Alright guys, we're back with another Mental Health Monday video today. I am sorry that I was not here last week, but we took a little impromptu trip to St. Louis, just my husband and daughter and I, and had some adventures and got away. It's the first time we've had a chance to sneak out of town for a couple days in years, so we took it and it was wonderful. It was so busy. We crammed so much into less than 48 hours, but it really was great. Quick recap in case anybody's interested. If you haven't been to St. Louis and it's a place near you or like you can travel to or we're thinking about travel to, highly recommend. This was the first time we spent more than a couple hours there. Previously, my husband and I did go with his parents to some races out there. We like the NHRA drag races. And stayed in Illinois, but then the morning that we left, we drove into St. Louis and went to the City Museum, which is what we, one of the things we did this trip because we had such a blast and thought Amelia was perfect age to enjoy it, and we were right. So we did the City Museum, which is a giant, I forget how, like 5,200 square foot or something like that, giant old factory that they've turned into a ginormous playground, essentially. There are slides, there are tunnels to climb in, there's an arcade, but like not a regular arcade, like an old-fashioned arcade with games from when I was a kid, like pinball and like cool stuff like that. They have a toddler area with like a ball pit and special climbing areas for them. There's giant nets to climb across. Outside they have old airplanes that are like hooked together by a series of like cage climbing tubes. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw some of our pictures of that. So it was a super fun time. That is something me and my husband really enjoyed doing years ago. So it was really fun to take Amelia there this year. And we stayed at a hotel with a pool. So we did a lot of swimming and hot tubbing. They had a happy hour. Any hotel with a happy hour is great. And it was right downtown. Like we were right next to the Ferris wheel. Literally like the front of our hotel was the Ferris wheel. So that was really cool. We did the arch and went up to the top of the arch. That did induce a little bit of anxiety on my part. Amelia did really great with it. I panicked a little bit, but I held it together in front of everybody because I didn't want to scare her. But it wasn't the ride. It was when you were coming into, like, it was a teeny tiny pod, right? That it had 5 seats, but I don't know how you fit 5 people there. Like, there's no way. There was 3 of us, so 2 adults and a toddler, and I don't think you could have fit anybody else in there comfortably. But they tell you it's a combination of an escalator, an elevator, and a Ferris wheel. And it really is. You feel the rocking in the swing, you're going sideways, like, it's exactly a combination of those things. And on the way up, you can see everything because there's like a window and you see like the emergency stairs and like the area of the work that they work in and like all the gears and all the stuff. But then at the top, when you're like going to where you get out, in between the doorways is just like cement. So at times you were like just moving slowly in front of cement, and I was like, if this stops right now, like we'll never get out. This is like never going to be able to move. So that panicked me slightly because again, anxiety life leads you to a worst case scenario. So what is the worst case scenario? Is somehow our car will stop right there and not move, and then we're stuck. However, once we got to the top, the views were amazing. It was beautiful. You could see so far. The Mississippi River is right on one side, and then the city of St. Louis, you could see into the baseball stadium. It was just a really neat experience. So I highly recommend checking that out. It was very cool. And then after that, we checked out the St. Louis Zoo, and their zoo is a free zoo, and it is amazing. It is probably the coolest zoo I remember going to. It's beautiful. We have a really good zoo by us, the Fort Wayne Children's Zoo, and by us, I mean it's still an hour and a half away, but it's really cool. And like they have normally, I don't know with COVID and stuff, but they have like, you can feed the giraffes and pet stingrays and stuff. A lot of that stuff I'm sure is shut down because of COVID, and I know they have a couple similar things down there that were closed, but it was beautiful. We got to see a lot of things really close up. They have a really awesome penguin enclosure, where you're really like right next to the penguins, and it's really cool. I don't know. And then we got to see the sea lions right at feeding time, so they were jumping up and doing their tricks, and that was awesome to see. So yeah, and we had some really good food while we were there. We tried some interesting places that were Disney Mertz. Nicholas, he is from St. Louis. I'm sure if you follow me for my Disney content, you also follow him. But if not, I'll link his stuff down below and you can check him out. But he is from St. Louis. So he had given us a pizza recommendation, and that was delicious. Our hotel gave us a recommendation for dinner, and it was so good. We found a hole-in-the-wall diner for lunch that was super good. So we had awesome food and just a great time. So that did help reset us a little bit, or at least me. I shouldn't speak for the rest of my family, but having that time together and just being away really was good for my mental health. I needed it a lot, so I'm very grateful my husband went along with my crazy plan, because I know it wasn't relaxing for him. And while physically it wasn't relaxing for me, mentally it was so good. But yeah, so that's kind of the recap of where I was last week. For the most part, things are going okay. I'm still really sad and missing Bella. I don't know when that will start to fade. I do pretty good most of the time, but then nighttime, when I'm used to stepping over her bed, we moved her bed out of the bedroom, and I keep trying to step over something that's not there, and she goes to always like lay on my side of the bed until I got into bed, so I'm not used to getting into cold blankets still. But I know that will take time, and it's a process, but she was a good girl, and Millie talks about her a lot, and that's really sweet. So that's still going, but it still makes me sad. I don't know. I don't know when I'll be able to talk about it without getting teary-eyed and crying. I think it's worse when I talk about it like in these videos or at night, because I do try so much not to show that emotion in front of Amelia, to make her too sad. Like, we talk about it and she knows that I'm sad, but I try not to get too emotional with her, just because I don't want to make it harder for her to heal. But yeah, and then I work tomorrow, but then I'm off until next Tuesday. So I only work one day out of 9, so that's very nice, and I'm really excited for that little break. But it's also because Millie is getting her tooth extracted tomorrow, so I'm nervous about that. She's ready for it. I'm not as much nervous for the actual like tooth pulling as I just am some of the stuff that's after the fact, meaning we're also giving up the pacifier, because I'm assuming it's like when I got my teeth out, I couldn't use straws, couldn't suck on things like lollipops, stuff like that. So we're using this opportunity to get rid of the pacifier, because it is probably beyond time, but she only uses it to sleep, so I'm foreseeing some challenges the first night or two, but it's good because I'm off, so if we need to sleep in a little or modify nap or do whatever, we have the ability to kind of work through that. And then like, she's a big cup with straw girl. Like, all of her water bottles, cups, they all have straws or sippy top kind of things on them. So she's already really worried about how she's going to take drinks. So we've been through it. She drinks great out of like water bottles and stuff, so I don't know why she's super worried, but she brings that up to me a lot, so we'll see. But again, I know I'm more anxious about it than she is. We've talked about it a lot. She seems pretty comfortable. You know, she keeps asking if this is the day she gets her broken tooth out. So, you know, and we talked about the tooth fairy and stuff, so we're trying to make it positive for her, and I think it's working. But as a mom, you just always worry about your kids, so of course, you know, add in my anxiety and it's high. But it is what it is. So we're just gonna work through that. That's all I got. Just try to get through things step by step. I am just working on trying to reframe my thoughts into more like positive thinking, and focus on the positive. We have lots of fun things coming up, both both for my channel and just like as a family. We're celebrating my husband's parents this weekend for an anniversary party, and that's going to be fun and a nice way to see everybody. Thanksgiving is coming up. My birthday is almost here. I'm usually way more excited about my birthday. I was talking with one of my friends today of like why I just know my headspace isn't quite what it normally is, and I have a lot on my mind with Millie and her tooth and the holidays. Is I usually get really excited for my birthday. It drives my husband crazy. I try to pretend I get to celebrate for the entire month. And this year I have zero like plans or excitement for it. I mean, I'm excited for it because it's birthdays. I'm a big birthday person, but I don't really have any like ideas of things to do or like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I'm excited for it, but not my normal like planning self of something. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm sure I'll get more excited as I come closer, because it is the very end of the month going into December. So yeah, and then we have December, Christmas, and all sorts of things. So yeah, all of that is exciting, but always brings me a little bit of anxiousness with unknown plans and like organizing family stuff and, you know, trying to split time and do all the things. I'm not always the best at figuring out that stuff. So yeah, overwhelming at moments, but I'm just trying to be grateful and be positive even when I'm struggling. I posted a reel today about remembering to look around, and even if you're feeling bad, like look at how far you've come. It's actually a Hamilton song that I repurposed for that. So that's kind of like my goal, is reframing my anxious thoughts into positive thoughts. So yeah, that's all I have today, guys. Just wanted to give you an update of where we are, what we have going on. That's about it. Things coming up, obviously, like I will continue with Mental Health Monday videos, because that will always be the staple of this channel unless like I'm out of town or something's going on. On the Disney side, this weekend, maybe a Mickey loot box, I think is what I have scheduled. I have a couple Mickey loot boxes coming up. One I've already filmed. I have a few more coming in the mail. I have a Bibbidi box on order, so that will be coming for Disney side. I have 2 swaps in December. Those boxes came today. So I actually was thinking today that I might do a like miniature Vlogmas this year. I'm thinking about doing a like just a short video each day, where I can spotlight a channel in this community that should get a shout out. I have a lot of people that I just adore in this community. There's been a few things lately of YouTube channels just really going above and beyond for others and swaps and stuff like that. And I thought that what better way to celebrate Vlogmas than to, you know, shout out those channels, the people that inspire me, the people that I enjoy watching, the people that are doing things for their channel that, you know, that need to be done, that kind of thing. So I think I might do that. Let me know down below. Do you think that would be a fun thing to do next month? Is do Vlogmas. Like I'll do my regular content as always. So like my box swaps, that kind of thing. And on those days, I probably will just do my one video that, you know, like the swap video or my Mental Health Monday video or a box video or whatever. But otherwise, every other day I will give a shout out to a YouTube channel that I appreciate and want to give just a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Hanukkah shout out to. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you would watch. They would be short. I'm talking like 2 or 3 minutes, just who it is, link their information, and why I think you should check them out. But yeah, I'm curious to see if that's something people would enjoy or not, because that's my idea of what I might do. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I hope we can go into this week with a positive attitude and do our best to just put a smile on our face and keep moving forward. You guys have a great day. I will see you next time. Bye.